Good evening, everybody. I take this opportunity to thank the respected dignitaries, Dr. Yadav, Honorable Chancellor, IS University, Dr. Sunita Singh, Pro Chancellor, IS University, then Dr. Shri Devansh Singh, CEO, Dr. Naveen Chandra, Vice Chancellor, Dr. Jyotiram Savle, Registrar, ICE University, Bhopal, for inviting me to this beautiful program of national webinar on patent awareness and intellectual property rights. So I'm very much happy to be part of this program. As far as this program is concerned, I was told earlier that I would be getting around 1 hour 20 minutes, but right now the program is curtailed to 45 minutes. Anyway, though the issue is not there. Now let us move in. As rightly Dr. Jyotiram Savle sir said, what is intellectual property? In simple words, intellectual property is nothing but the common thinking, that is, it is the human creation. What is the greatest gift that is given by God to us is brain. So brain thinks in different ways. So these different ways think in these different ways create different kinds of things. That is the things which are having some inventive, or there is a human intervention that results in some property. Now, in simple words, IPR is nothing but the intellectual property right, and the rights which are recognized by Government of India in our country, as well as in their respective governments by the other countries. Now, intellectual property broadly means legal rights, means they are legal rights. They have been recognized, which results from the intellectual activity in industrial, scientific, literary, and artistic fields. So basically, intellectual property is nothing but the legal rights which are resulting from the intellectual activity in the industrial, scientific, literary, and artistic work. So as I rightly said, as sir rightly said, that intellectual property refers to creation of minds. That creation of minds may lead to inventions, it may lead to literary or artistic work, then it may lead to symbols, names, and images used in the commerce. Now, how these things work, now we will be touching all the aspects of intellectual property in a different way. So now one thing is property. When you say property, property may be tangible or intangible. Now what is tangible property? Tangible property may include movable property, or it may be include immovable property, lands, houses, estates, cars, which can be seen by naked eyes. Whereas intellectual property, when you say intellectual property, they are intangible. What does that intangible signifies? Means you cannot see them by the naked eye. So once the property is there, the property is present in the articles of the trade, but it is not seen. Now, for example, consider a mobile phone. Simple, a mobile phone works. You can send email, you can call, you can use many value-added services. But how that functions is not known to anybody. We are using it, but something is there. So intellectual property is nothing but the information. What he says is that information which can be incorporated in tangible objects. Tangible object means it can be seen by the eyes. So information which can be incorporated in tangible object at the same time in unlimited number of copies at different locations anywhere in the world. And the property is not in the copies, but in the information reflected in those copies. Now I had given you example of mobile phone. See, you work on television, you see many channels, use remote. By just moving the remote, you do all these things. Then you operate any electronic devices, motor vehicles. How they work, only you know to press the button and start working. But what exactly makes it work is not known. So what exactly known is the information which is stored in that articles of trade, or which is stored in the electronic devices, which makes it work in that way. So that is nothing but the intellectual property. So intellectual property is nothing but the creation of mind, and as a result of human intellect. Now, basically intellectual property is classified into two types: industrial property items and copyright related items. Now, first of all, let us make one thing clear. There are many people who say I want to patent my trademark and copyright my, I want a patent or I want a copyright on a book. So what exactly the domain under which these properties are registered? First, let us clarify all these things. So the industrial properties is including patents for the inventions, then trademarks, industrial designs, and geographical indicators of source. And then other type of intellectual property is nothing but the copyright and related items. Now, what these items are and what these things. First of all, let us make a clear differentiation between what kind of things are being registered under which domain. So we will go step by step. So first, when you see this kind of symbol says that the work is copyrighted. Now, can you have a copyright on a television? No, no. So the different categories under which these works are classified and registered are different. So copyright is one of the intellectual property right, and it is related with artistic, literary, musical, dramatic, cinematographic film, and sound recording programs. So whenever you come across this kind of work, you see that the domain has to be registered under the Copyright Act. One thing has to be very clear. One thing has to make a differentiation that televisions are inventions and copyright is nothing but a literary, artistic, musical, dramatic work. So whenever you see this kind of symbol, usually where you see this kind of symbol? On the books, on any cassettes, on a TV serial, on anything which are related with the artistic, musical, dramatic, and cinematographic and sound recording. So whenever you come across these kind of things, you understand this material is to be registered under copyright. Is that clear? So what is that copyright? Copyright gives the creator of the original work an exclusive right to use it, usually for a limited period of time. And the copyright does not cover the ideas, but it covers the information and the manner in which they are being expressed. So I have an idea. Which says that okay, I can write a story on something, but that idea is with me itself. For example, you see DDLJ, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, or you will see Maine Pyar Kiya. These two are having the same ideas, but the way they are expressed, the way they are expressed, results them in the copyright. So first understand, copyright registration is not mandatory, but it is advisable because you should register it. Now, what are the copyrighted materials? So copyright includes literary, films, dramatic, musical, artistic, and sound recording. Now, when you talk of literary works, it includes books, newspaper, question papers, catalog, dictionaries, lecture if reduced to writing, then computer software, computer program per se, lyrics of a song. If any one of the category comes in your mind, or somebody brings to your notice that I want to register all these things, please make it sure that this is not a material to be registered under patent. This is the material which is to be registered under the literary work. Okay. Then artistic work may include paintings, drawings, all that things which related to work of sculpture, advertisement, posters, industrial design, engineering, drawings, photographs, etc. So musical work again includes graphical notation. Yes. Yes. Any questions? Okay.
No, sir. Sorry, sir.
Okay. Musical work may include graphical notation, sound recording. Dramatic work may consist of play, recitation, choreographic work. So basically understand there is a differentiation between these works which have to be registered. So whenever you see musical work, literary, artistic, dramatic work, that has to be registered under the copyright domain. Then there are broadcasting rights. So these rights are being protected. For example, you see Antakshari, or when you see Kapil Sharma show, it is broadcasted on Sony TV, but it is not broadcasted on Zee TV because the Sony TV has acquired the right of this film. So there are broadcasting rights. All this pattern comes under the domain of copyright. I suppose we have another session wherein these things will be discussed in brief. So presently we will be just taking a look on what kind of materials that are being registered under the copyright. Okay. Then performance rights are there. Then when you see these kind of things, first of all, this is clear with trademark copyrights. So copyright, whenever there is a question of literary, artistic, dramatic, musical, cinematographic, musical notation, these things are registered under the Copyright Act. Then trademarks. What is trademarks? Whenever you see this symbol, you think that these trademarks are nothing but the word mark, device, collective marks, certification marks, service marks. These are applied to some articles of trade, which indicates that they are the belonging to the same the owner, or that their goods are produced by that company, or therefore they are the. Now take a simple example. If you are going on a picnic, or if you are going some outside, and if you want a water, mineral water, and if you are somebody says that go and bring a water bottle, what you go and say to the shopkeeper, ek Bisleri dena. So what is that? You don't say give me one bottle of mineral water. You say ek Bisleri dena. What is that Bisleri? Bisleri is nothing but a mark which is being capable of represented graphically, and which is capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one person from that to another person, and it may include shape, then goods, their packaging. So whenever you see this symbol, what does it indicate? That it is the McDonald's outlet is there, and McDonald's is giving this kind of product. Then, for example, when you see Coca-Cola bottle, so there are different types of trademarks which can be registered under the Trademark Act. So these are nothing but the marks which are capable of representing graphically, and which is capable of distinguishing the goods or services of one person from those of other, and may include goods, shape of goods, their packaging, and combination of colors. So basically understand that trademarks are nothing but the ek mark hota hai that has to be applied on articles of trade, and which indicates that this product is being made by that company, and that has that feature. For example, when somebody asks to go and bring up toothpaste. What is toothpaste? You go and say Colgate dena. That is nothing. Colgate is nothing but a brand which is being type registered. So this nothing but, therefore they are having some economic significance, and therefore they are being registered under the Trademark Act. Now what is trademark and service mark? So the trademarks are the marks which are applied on articles or goods, whereas service marks are the marks which are applied to the service companies which provide the service. Now we see Reliance Lifeson, then you see Google, they are providing services. Then whereas McDonald's, IBM, these products, ISI mark, these are nothing but the certification marks. So different types of marks which are registered under trademark are the marks, and they are able to distinguish. And because of this, they have a goodwill in market. Goodwill in the market means they have some certain value. For example, when you say I brought a phone of Micromax and I brought a phone of Apple, it makes a lot of difference. Once you say Apple, it says, oh, that may be a costlier product, or that may be having that kind of feature, or that kind of features which are very essential. Therefore, that has a different brand image. So these brand images are nothing but the trademarks. Okay. So whenever you see this sign, that means the trademark is unregistered, but it is used by the applicant, or it is used by the producer for n number of years. Therefore, it is not, as I rightly told you, trademarks may be acquired after a period of use. So once you establish your brand, Haldiram was using this brand earlier. But when he got to know that this mark can be protected and it will be useful in market, or it will be useful in beneficial in business, therefore he registered that mark. And once the registered mark is there, that is known as R. Similarly, service marks are represented this way. Simple example is there. Now you see a Bisleri bottle. Now there, what kind of marks should be there? The trademark should be graphically represented. It should be distinctive. It should not be a descriptive material, and it should not be deceptively similar. So what I told you is this should not be a deceptive similar. Now see, there are 4 types of bottle available in market, but this is the mark which is been protected. So definitely Bisleri, Brisley, So all these are nothing but the fake mark. So these are the things which are to be recognized, and therefore they may sue these companies for filing they for using the branded or applied or protected trademark. Then another intellectual property is geographical indication. So what is famous in Bhopal? Can anybody tell me? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
audible, sir.
So what is famous in Bhopal? Anyway, so when we see oranges, what we say? They are from. What is the specialty of oranges? They are grown in Nagpur. Nagpur. Then when we see petha, then you say Agra ka petha. So whenever you see chappal of Kolhapuri chappal, you say that is belonging to Kolhapuri. So therefore, basmati rice, Darjeeling tea, Kanjipuram silk, Alfonso mango, oranges, Kolhapuri chappal, Bikaneri bhujia, Agra petha, all these things are nothing but the things that are grown in a particular area, and they are having the characteristic feature because of the location or because of the area. So they have economic importance. For example, if somebody says, I brought oranges from Bhopal, will anybody buy it when you have the option of buying the oranges from Nagpur? One will surely say, no, I want to buy oranges from Nagpur. Similarly, if you want to buy a mango, Alfonso mango, you say we should be from Konkan, or it should be from Ratnagiri, or it should be from Devgarh. Similarly, these things are nothing but the marks which are applied on the articles of trade, and they have some economic significance, and because of which they are having a export potential, or they are having a market. So geographical indication is used on goods that have specific qualities or reputation, and that is slowly due to the place of origin. It's because of origin. You say Kashmir ke apples, you say Shimla apples, Kinnur apples. All these are nothing but the geographical indicators indicating that the fruit belongs to that category or that location of the country. So GI merely tells, geographical indication merely tells that a product is produced at a certain place and has certain characteristics. So indication of source on a product merely indicates that the product originates from that place, and appellation of origin indicates not only the place of origin but also the essential quality link between the product and area of the origin. For example, you say Kolhapuri chappals from Kolhapur. So that is giving an indication that once you want to buy a chappal, want to buy a Kolhapuri chappal, you should indicate that you are saying that it is from Kolhapur, or that kind of indication is there. So this is another type of intellectual property which is again registered under the geographical indication. Then another important industrial property is industrial designs. Industrial design is nothing but the ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an article. So what is that ornamental aspect of article? So if you see this kind of examples, now this was the bum chair which was introduced in movie Three Idiots, but the shape and design was such that it attracted all the schools or the gardens or nurseries that they bought this kind of chair. So it was an instant hit. Similarly, you see milk containers, different types of glasses. Every day you come across different things. Every day you come across different things which are having the aesthetic or ornamental look, and it lures the customer to buy that thing. So industrial, every day you come across different types of mobile shape, watches, jewelry, fashion, luxury items, medical implants, houseware, furniture, electrical appliances, vehicles, architectural structures, textiles, designs, toys. So every day you are coming up with the new designs and new things, and these are nothing but the industrial designs. So they have certain value, they have the value, and because of that thing, they have certain look. Like if you see the cars, different shapes of cars are there by different companies. Then if you say mobile phone, different shapes, then TVs, then mobile phones, then everywhere you see different kind of articles of trade. Every day you see sari patterns are changing, jewelry pattern is changing, then watches, shape of watches, biscuits, everything is being getting improvised so that it lures the customer to buy that kind of article. So it is nothing but And industrial design is nothing but an ornamental or aesthetic aspect of an article, or it may be in the form of three-dimensional features such as shape, surface, or two-dimensional features such as patterns, lines, or colors. So it has the visual appeal, and because of this, people buy these kind of things. So industrial designs are simply the another form of intellectual property which are applied on the articles of trade and which has the ornamental or aesthetic look, because of which this customer buy these things. Then we will be discussing this part on a later part. But what is patent? Patent is nothing but an intellectual property right related to invention. It is exclusive monopoly right granted to the inventor by the government to use the patented invention for a limited period of time, thus preventing others from making, using, importing, or selling in exchange of full disclosure of invention. The basic things for requirement for getting the patent is novelty, inventive step, industrial applicability. Now, we will see this in the latter part of this seminar. Then another important intellectual property is layout design of integrated circuit. You see the computer motherboard, these kind of things which are situated on computers. These are nothing but the chips, or these are nothing but the integrated circuits which are applied on the things, and because of which it has another value, because of which, for example, we had a big laptop. Now we have in the small laptops. When we are using Windows 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all these are nothing but the layout design improvements in the integrated circuits. So this is another type of intellectual property which is emerging, and it is being used in the basically used in the computer chips or in the electronic appliances. So whenever you see this kind of motherboard, or whenever this idea I have that this party belongs to layout and integrated circuits. Then undisclosed information, trade secret. Now trade secret, what is trade secret? Trade secret is the information such as formula, pattern, compilation, program, device, method, technique, or process, and that derives a unique and significant value from its secrecy. Now you take the examples of Coca-Cola. See, Coca-Cola is being produced over 100 years, and it is having the same taste that it had earlier, before 100 years. So in 1893, Coca-Cola registered its patent. They got a patent for Coca-Cola, and it was for a domain of 20 years, 14 years that time. That after the period was over, this Coca-Cola came into public domain. So the company was not able to protect this Coca-Cola. So they wanted the protection. Now, for this purpose, what they did, they made some changes in the formula of Coca-Cola, and then they did not prefer to make it to make application for patent, but they kept it as a trade secret. So trade secrets are nothing but the secrets which may include formula, pattern, or any other thing, designs, and that has some economic value, and that is because of which they are protecting that thing. Now the Big Mac's special sauce. Now it is said that Coca-Cola, then it is said that the Coca-Cola is the owner, the owners are two brothers. There are a lot of stories, but one of the stories that they are the two partners or brothers, they are not going in the same plane because of the trade formula they have protected, and that is kept in a, so it is nothing but the trade secrets of that organization, of that industry, which are protected by confidentiality agreements. So confidential agreement is there, and because of which the information does not get outside, but it is protected for 100 years. We can go to the Big Mac's special sauce of McDonald's, which has been again, then KFC chicken recipe is again protected under trade secret. Then WD-40, which is a famous aerosol product, is protected. Then Google's search engine. Google search engine is also a trade secret. They are not preferred to get it registered in any form. So they have kept it as a trade secret. Nobody is able to use, but when you put here the word, any keyword, and you just start, the Google engine will start searching the keywords. So these are the things which are protected under the trade secret. So ideally, then there is one, now you have come across different kind of capsicums. like there are yellow capsicums, there are red capsicums. Earlier it used to be green. Then there are different kinds of roses, different kinds of plant varieties are coming up. These plant varieties are also protected by the Plant Protection Varieties and Farmers Act, so that they encourage the farmers and the breeders of the plant to get advantage of the plant variety which they have invented or which they have discovered. So basically understand that intellectual property is the result of human creation, and it is manifested into 7 types, that is patents, design, trademarks, copyright, geographical indication, plant protection, integrated circuits. So all these things are protected under the laws. And the India, as rightly sir pointed out, that we have adequate framework or adequate legislation under which these laws are being protected. So when you say patent, it is protected under the patents law. Now one thing is that patent registration is compulsory, and it has to be, and patent's term is for 20 years. Mind these things. Patent is registered under Patents Act, and it is registration is compulsory, and it's for 20 years. When you say trademark is for registration is optional. It can be opted or it can be taken into registration or considerations once it acquires the fame, just like I told you about Haldiram, 10 years and renewable. Then design, again Designs Act, and it is for protection is for 10 years and renewable by 5 years. Geographical indications, again registered under Geographical Indications Act. Its registration is compulsory for 10 years, renewable and forever. Then copyright, again depends on the life plus 60 years, life of author again plus 60 years. Then plant protection, under the Protection of Plant Varieties Act, compulsory 15 plus extendable by 3 years. Integrated circuit, the Semiconductor Integrated Circuit Layout Design Act, compulsory, registration is compulsory, and it's for a period of 10 years. So these are the intellectual properties which are covered under the intellectual property rights. So if you have idea and if you express it, that will take the form of copyright. Then if you have idea and you invent something plus innovation plus invention, that will result in patent. If you have an idea which has some quality and identity, that will result in the trademark. Similarly, if you have idea and it has some appearance, that will result in design. So basically understand that there are 7 types of intellectual properties registered under the Indian Patent Indian scenario. The one that is patents, trademark, designs, copyright, geographical indication, and I clearly told you what are the domains subject under which these things are registered. So don't get confused. If I have patent or what I want to do with a copyright, or if I have a copyright under which I should register, if I have a book under which I should get a patent, that thing has to be clear out. So now we will move to the important topic. Is that clear? Any question is there? Hello?
Yes,
Any
sir.
question?
Yes, sir. You are clear. Everything is clear, sir.
Okay. Now, when a term comes, very important term is patents. So in Hindi, what you call patents? Patents means क्या? What is a patent? Patent को हिंदी में हम एकस्व बोलते हैं. What we call it as एकस्व. एकस्व means एक का right. So patent is an intellectual property right. So creation of mind relating to inventions. So one has to make a difference that for a patent to be registered, there should be an invention, not a discovery. So there are many applicants who come to us and they say that, sir, mera patent nahi ho raha hai, because they don't understand the difference. They come out with something vague which is found in the nature and they say that this is my invention. So basically understand that patents are related to invention and it is the exclusive and monopoly right. Ek ka adhikar hai, granted to the inventor by the government to use this invention for a limited period of 20 years. 20 years ke baad, this invention goes in public domain and public is free to use this invention. But apart from this, in exchange of what this disclosure, what the inventor gets, he can prevent others from making, using, importing or selling in exchange of his invented invention. So basically understand, patent is for invention. It is exclusive monopoly right granted to inventor by government for a period of 20 years in exchange of disclosure of his invention. So basically, there is a criteria for getting a patent. Understand this. This is very important. There should be novelty. So what is novelty? Novelty means it should be new. It should be original. It should not be a copy of some other's work. It should not be a replica of some other's work. It should not be taken from somebody's work. So basically, there are three things which are very essential for getting a patent. So novelty, when it comes to novelty, we as a controller, before taking the invention into consideration, we search for novelty. Novelty means that the invention should be new and it should be original. It should not be a copy. Then there should be inventive step. What is inventive step? Inventive step means that feature of invention that has technical significance or economic significance or anyone or both. So technical inventive step is nothing but that feature of invention which has technical advancement as compared to existing knowledge. There is something which is available. You have made something development. You have developed that thing. So there is some advancement and or there is economic significance. What is economic significance? The cost of that article was 100 rupees. Now you have brought it to 50 rupees. That is the economic significance. So inventive step is that feature of invention that has economic significance or technical advancement, and or anyone is sufficient to prove that thing that there is a inventive step. And then third part is industrial applicability. Now when it comes to industrial applicability, what is industrial applicability mean? Industrial applicability means that the things which you have invented can be produced in n numbers in n number of quantities to satisfy the requirement of the public. So you should be able to produce in n numbers in the industry. So therefore, for getting a patent, one should understand there should be a novelty, there should be inventive step, and there should be industrial applicability. Mind you, this is a very basic thing of patents. So patents, mind it that it is for inventions and there should be novelty, it should be new, it should be original, there should be technical advancement, or there should be economic significance, or both. And industrial applicability means you should not limit that thing to one article. You should be able to produce in n number of articles for the same category. So once you satisfy this category, you can get a patent. Is that clear? Is that clear? Because this is very important. I want an answer from your side.
Yes, sir. It is clear.
Sir.
Okay. Now, what is the basic difference between discovery and invention? Simple thing is, a bulb was not anywhere else. Bulb was invented by human intervention. Telephone, wheel, computer, all the articles which are made by human interventions are inventions. Whereas discovery means a concept of black hole in outer space, then Einstein's theory, when Columbus discovered India, all these things are the examples of discovery. So whatever is lying in nature and you come out and bring an application of patent for filing a patent and then say you grant me patent, it will not be possible. So basically understand that there should be a difference. There should be a line because patents are granted for invention. I told you the basic criteria is invention. How the invention should be new and original. There should be inventive step and there should be industrial applicability. All these instruments, all these things had in all the three criteria and therefore they were granted patent. Whereas if you come with this kind of things for patent application, you will not be able to get any patent. So basically understand this is the basic thing of getting the patent. Now, the question comes, who can file the application? Now, the patent application can be filed by alone. Anybody can come and file or jointly with any other person. So, a true and first inventor, जिसने भी invention, whoever has made that invention can come and file. Then true and first inventors assignee. For example, you are the university, IES University is giving some funds to some students or to some research lab for doing some inventions. And if the invention is if your invention is granted patent, then there is a clause in the agreement, in your agreement, that whatever the intellectual property resulting during the tenure of his work will be the property of the university. So the true and first inventors assignee in this case will be IS University, because IS University has given rights, or you given the person all the platform that was required. Because making an invention is not an easy thing. It requires lot of investment, lot of time, manpower, skill, everything is involved, plus space, utility, everything is required. And if that is provided by the university or any industry, then the university usually takes a claim of the invention under which the application is filed. So invention can be filed by ट्रू एंड फर्स्ट इन्वेंटर, कोई भी इंडिविजुअली जाके फाइल कर सकता है. देन जो जिसने कंपनी को असाइन किया है, यूनिवर्सिटी को असाइन किया वो, एंड देन लीगल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव ऑफ द डिजीज और ट्रू एंड फर्स्ट इन्वेंटर. अगर बाय चांस इफ समबडी डाइज, द ट्रू एंड फर्स्ट इन्वेंटर डाइज, देन द लीगल रिप्रेजेंटेटिव, उसका बेटा हो बेटी हो, whoever is the legal assignee will get the right. So is that clear? So पेटेंट एप्लीकेशन कोई भी फाइल कर सकता है, और कोई कंपनी भी फाइल कर सकती है, कोई इंडस्ट्री भी फाइल कर सकती है. एनीबडी कैन फाइल. देन नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन कम्स, वेयर टू फाइल. सो we have 4 patent offices in all over the India. So first of all, the jurisdiction. For example, now Dr. Sonu Lal wants to file an application for patent. Where he will file? Since he is belonging to Madhya Pradesh, he will file in the patent office jurisdiction in his area. Or if the person is foreigner, he can file in the patent office situated in the agent's jurisdiction. Now I will show you which kind of jurisdictions are. So we have basically 4 patent offices. Patent Office Mumbai, which includes the states of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Goa, Diu Daman. Then Patent Office Chennai, it again includes the states of Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Pondicherry, Lakshadweep. Then Delhi, states of Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Punjab, Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Uttaranchal, Chandigarh, and Delhi. And finally, the Patent Office Kolkata, apart from this, the rest of the India. So since you are Madhya Pradesh becomes in the Mumbai Western zone, and it is coming under the Patent Office Mumbai's jurisdiction, Dr. Sonu Lal sir will file an application in Patent Office Mumbai. Is that clear? Okay. So different addresses are there, but we have a full-fledged, very informative website, and very friendly website, www.ipindia.nic.in. So whatever information in this regard is required, it is easily available on this website. So these are the address. Now we have started the filing procedure also online. So now there is no need. Earlier you need to come to patent office to file the application. Now as such, there is no need. You can file your application online, provided you have a digital signature. These are the locations where these offices are included. Now the question comes, how the patent, what is type of patent application? हम कौन से applications कर सकते हैं? Which applications can be done? So there are 6 types of, almost 6 to 7 types of application. Now which can be filed? Now first of all, if you see ordinary application. So what is ordinary application? That can be done in 2 ways. Ordinary application with the provisional specification, and application with the complete specification. So when you say that ordinary application with provisional specification, that means you have an idea in your mind that you want to prepare something, and which you are sure that you will make it within a short span of time. So then at that stage, you can file a provisional specification. What is that provisional specification? Provisional specification is the rough draft of the content or the method or the instrument for which you are trying to get a patent, or trying to invent the thing, that has to be filed in the form of provisional specification. Mind you that patent law works on the right to, the thumb rule of patent law is right to first filing. Whoever comes first to patent office will get the patent. So once the idea strikes to your mind and you are very sure that you are going to make this invention, then you can file a provisional specification by filing a simple provisional application. And then you get a period of 12 months to complete your invention and come with a complete specification. So ordinary application in general terms is an application which is once the idea starts coming in your mind, you put it on a paper and you just file a provisional specification, or you complete the invention and file the complete specification. Choice is with you. But one thing, mind you, I am telling you that you should not disclose anything to anybody before locking your priority. As I told you, the thumb law is the first to file. So whoever comes to patent office first will get the patent first. So once you have that idea, once you have that notion, you keep that thing on paper, first file application and then proceed, because we are coming across so many inventors, so many research scientists, so many doctorates, IIT students, university students, lecturers, professors. They are publishing their research paper in their research article journal, and then they come and somebody tells them, "Arey, that has a potential of making it to an invention, leading to some blockbuster invention." Then at that time, patent office also is not able to help you, because that becomes the thing which is already publicly known in the journal. So when you say that is known in the journal, that means it has lost its novelty. Means it is easily available. It is not new. It is not original. Now it is gone. It is gone in the public domain. Public is free to use it. So mind that thing. So simply, once you have that idea, file a provisional specification. If your invention is ready, then file a complete specification. Now what happens? India has signed several conventions. One of the important convention is Paris Convention. So once the application, we have certain Paris Convention countries, almost 188 countries are there, wherein no application can be filed. Now what happens? These convention countries, this application is originating in that country. For example, US part of the convention, then US is the application which is filed in US. The applicant can come and file an invention here in India within the 12 months period time. That is the conventional application. Similarly, we are part of convention, so we can file application in any other country where we find the product or the instrument or whatever invention you are making has a market potential. So you can file a convention application. Then there is another treaty which is administered by WIPO, that is World Intellectual Property Organization, and we have signed a Patent Cooperation Treaty. So this is the another international application. Earlier, what used to happen? If I have nice invention, I have blockbuster invention, and I want to get it patent in America, China, Korea, South Africa, or Germany, I need to consult the lawyers. I have a lot of problems, lot of money was there. Then attorneys are there. And mind you, patent law is territorial law. Territorial law means it is within the borders of India. So patent law is applicable only in India if it is Indian. So therefore, every country has its own their patent act, and therefore patents and inventions are registered under their act. So we had a lot of difficulties of translation, then making, understanding the law, rules and everything. So to avoid all these things, and it was a very costly affair. So to avoid all these things, WIPO has come out with a patent cooperation treaty. Presently 153 countries are there, and a single application filed in PCT application can be filed in a 153 countries simultaneously at one time without any translation or without any extra cost. Now, what is the advantage of filing a PCT application? PCT applications give us international search report. International search report is the search report wherein all over world's documents are considered, whether they are for novelty, whether they are for inventive step, or whether they are for industrial applicability. So all these things are taken into consideration, and a report is being prepared, which gives a fair idea that yes, I can get patent or I cannot get the patent. So this is the advantage. There are a lot of advantage of PCT filing. Fees is reduced, translation, all the cost is reduced. A simple application, a single window is you are able to file a application in the PCT phase. Then there is patent of addition. Application for patent. PCT national phase is the phase in which For example, you file a PCT application and after 31 minutes, within 31 months, you have the time, you can select any of the countries where you have the market potential. Then patent for addition. Patent of addition is an application where you file the application and you get a patent. Now you make improvement over there. Now I told you there is novelty is there, but you make sure that there is inventive step. There is technical advancement, whatever you have prepared, or there is economic significance. So once you have an invention granted to your credit, you can make some improvements in that application or that invention, and you can file a patent of addition application. Similarly, divisional application. What is divisional application? A thumb rule of patent is that a single application for single invention. Now, if it so happens that there are more than one inventions in a single application. Now, at this stage, the rule does not permit us to give more than one invention in a single application. So, a provision is made under which you can file a divisional application. So, divisional application can be made in the same category where you can get the priority date. So, priority date is important. So you will not lose your priority. You can file a single application in a country, and then you can file a divisional application. Then there are a lot of startup applications. As I'm very proud to tell you that India has become the international search authority, and therefore we are conducting international search, PCT international search reports at a very nominal fees. So another government of India just Make in India, Skill India, all these plans as per raised by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. The startup applications are being facilitated. The startup facilitators are being provided. Lot of encouragement is there. Then with this startup application, you can move with the expedited application, expedited examination. So understand there are different types of patent applications under which you can file your application. Now, I told you provisional application. Then what is the necessary, what things are to be disclosed in the provisional specification? The description of essential features of the invention which you are in mind, then details of manner of performing invention, how you are going to prepare that thing, and then you should not include any claims. Claims ka zarurat nahi hai. There should not be any claims. So basically, once you have the idea, you can prepare the rough description of the essential features. Then how you are, the manner you are preparing, and you need not file the claims. Claims are the jurisdiction or border to or fencing for which the protection is claimed. That will be included in the complete specification. So these are the different types of applications that can be filed in India. Then what are the documents that are required? So basically, there are some forms that has to be filled up. Now, I will tell you the forms, like an application form, it is an important form. It is an important form where you have to disclose all your personal details, whether you are assignee, whether you are the thing. In a simple way, here is the form 1, which discloses the name of the inventor, whoever is the inventor, then whether it is a divisional application, patent of additional application, divisional application, or different sort of patent of addition application. Then you have to disclose the applicant's name. Now, if here important thing is para 8. In case of this, if the inventors are the applicants, then the same thing. But if I told you, if you are working under university or if you are working under some government organization or any private industry, and mind you, if you have a contract with them, then you have to give the assignment. Then the assignment in the form that the company or the university or the research organization under which this invention was prepared will be the property of that invention. So this is nothing but a simple formality wherein there should not be any issue of the title, who is the owner of the patent. So for that purpose, form 1 is there. Then form 2 is there. Form 2 is nothing but a technical draft. Technical draft means I told you there should be a provisional specification or there should be a complete specification. So the format should be, or what should be the format of the provisional specification and complete specification. That is clearly brought out in section 910 of the Indian Patent Act. Now, in simple words, whatever the invention that has to be disclosed on the form 2. That is nothing but the complete specification. Now, what are the contents of complete specification? That I will tell you. The complete specification should include, there should be a proper disclosure of your invention. There should be summary. There should be the things that needed, like claims, then drawings, the best way, then prior art, whatever things are required, that has to be disclosed in the complete specification. Then there's one form 3 wherein you have to disclose. You have to disclose what applications have been filed outside India, whether you have filed any convention application or whether you are entered into Patent Cooperation Treaty. That form has to be filed here. Then form 5. See, if I told you you have an idea and you are filing a provisional specification, then something is there that you have to prepare your invention within 12 months. Now, if it so happens that it is not possible for you to complete the invention within the 12 months period time, so you individually cannot do that thing. So you can need the help of some other person, or some of your club friend, or some of your colleague can help you in this regard. So form 5 indicates that you can add the name of inventor if they are helping you in the due course of your preparation of invention. So if you have taken help of that inventor, you can add. So this is the provision of form 5. Now, I told you that there is once you file the application, it will be published after 18 months. So 18 months period is compulsorily there. But if you want, you can file form 9, wherein your application can be published within 1 month from the date of filing. So this is known as express publication filing provision. The fees for this category is at higher side, but you can get the application published within 1 month instead of waiting for 18 months. Then apart from filing your application, you have to file a request for an examination application. Once you file your patent application, then there is the need to get it examined. So for examination, you need to file a request on form 18. So this is nothing but a request for examination. And mind you, that request has to be filed within the 48 months from the date of filing of the application. So 48 months के बाद अगर आप file करते, it will not be taken, it will be treated as withdrawn. If you come within 48 months and file a request for examination, it will be considered. Then form 26. Now, if you don't want all these hustle bustles, or you don't want to do with all these things, you simply appoint a patent attorney. And a patent attorney is the person who drafts all these things, who prepares all the draft, and he makes the application, he files, and he can claim, and he can come and practice before the controller. So there is a power of attorney. We called it as Wakalatnama. This power of attorney has to be given by the applicant, inventor, to the agent, or patent agent. So we have a specific section under section 125 to 132, wherein we conduct an exam. We are registering patent agents. So this is another important challenging field where you can file your application, where you can make your career in the patent field also. So that is one thing. Then the contents of specification, the title of the invention should be clearly brought out. Field of invention is brought out. Background of invention, object, claims, and abstract. All things are to be similarly made. Request has to be made. When no request, treated application. Now simple process, we will see that. I told you, file application. After 18 months, it will be published. Or if you file form 9, it will be published as early publication. Once you file a request for examination, it will come for examination. And once the examination report is issued, the examiners conduct the search with regard to novelty, inventive step, and industrial applicability. He will send the objections to the controller, and the controller will forward the report to the client or applicant or the inventor. 6 months period time is there for the applicant to reply to these objections. Once the objections, he replied to the objection and the response to examination report is found to be acceptable by the examiner, he will give clearance that okay, the application can be proceeded. And in that case, the controller proceeds with the grant of the application. But if the reports of examiner is adverse, the examiner says that no, the report submitted by the applicant is not in accordance or it is not fulfilling the requirements, then we give a hearing, controller appoints a hearing, and once the hearing, both parties are heard, and after the hearing the parties, the controller gives a result order stating the fact whether he is granting patent or whether he is refusing the patent. Once the patent or application, it is for a period of 6 months publication is there, and after that patent is granted. So simple procedure is there. You file application, you file request for examination, within 1 minute it will be coming in queue. If you file it for with general publication 18 months, you have to wait for 18 months. Request for examination has to be filed within 48 months. Then there are two types of provision which are known as pre-grant and post-grant provisions. What are pre-grant? Pre-grant means before grant. So if pre-grant, Patent Act has given some provisions to public also. What those provisions are? If somebody during the tenure of examination, if the examiner misses some document which is destroying novelty and inventive step of the application, he can file a pre-grant opposition. Any person can come and file a pre-grant opposition stating the fact that, sir, these are the documents which are missed, you are not taken into consideration or they are not in your custody. You please take these documents and check whether there is novelty or inventive step. In that case, we, the controller, again appoints a hearing and proceeds with the pre-grant application, whether he is granting it or whether he is refusing it with a result order. Okay. Then after the grant is there, within 1 year, one can file a post-grant opposition. What is post-grant opposition? Post-grant opposition is with the opposition wherein a person skilled in that or a person interested or in the field, person involved in that field and his interests are affected, he can file. So mind you, pre-grant and post-grant, there is difference. Pre-grant can be filed by any person, but post-grant has to be filed by a person who is interested in that invention. He is working or his work is related with that invention, therefore he can file a post-grant opposition. So, and the term of patent, I told you, it will be for a period of 20 years, whether irrespective of whether it is filed with provisional or complete specification. The date of patent is the date on which the application for patent is filed. So I told you, once you get the idea, you file a patent application. That is the priority date and that is the important date. From that date, you will get the protection. And this is a sort of statement, or this is the certificate which Patent Office is issuing after getting a patent. And then afterwards, after 3rd year, you have to pay the renewal fees. Renewal fees is there every year, that has to be paid. All the details of these things is things of this procedure are explained and properly brought out in our website. As far as any doubts are concerned, all the things can be addressed here with www.ipindia.nic.in. My number is there. If you have any doubts, you can right now ask me, or if you have any doubts, you can always mail me at my email address. If you have any doubts, because this is the important part. I know I have taken more than 10 minutes from the session which I was allotted. But if you have any queries, you can rightly ask me right now, or you can send me email. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Now you have any idea, any question answers or any say?
Yes, sir. We have a question answer round.
Yes.
After another speakers.
Okay. So,
yes, sir. Then we finally answer.
Because the time period was very short, in that we have to cover the tedious procedure. I had to hurry up. But anyway, if any doubt is there, we will be there. And I'm sorry that I had taken more time. And thank you for patient listening. I will be there. I'll be attending the session of Ritika also. And yes, afterwards, sir, if any doubts are there, we will definitely clear. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for patience, Ernie.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. I'm obliged to present a brief profile of our guest keynote speaker, Ms. B. Ritika Reddy. Ms. B. Ritika Reddy is an intellectual property lawyer, IPR attorney at Putran & Associates, Chennai, one of the leading core IP firms in South India. Her practice extensively focuses on various IP matters like trademarks, copyright, designs, patents, etc. She is graduate from National Law University, Tamil Nadu, BA LLB Honors. She has worked in courts including the Supreme Court of India, various prestigious law firms, and pursued several IP courses by reputed institutions like Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, FICCI, and World Intellectual Property Organization. Her day-to-day role involves assisting startups, individual, and corporate clients in their IP requirements. She is really enthusiastic about IP law and strongly believes that IP ignorance is not bliss, especially in the hyper-competitive market, wherein understanding intellectual property is more critical than ever. Welcome to IS, ma'am. It's a privilege to get to hear you. I would request you please commence with the session.
Thank you so much for the kind introduction. First of all, I would like to thank the IES group for inviting me to this webinar. And I would also like to extend my gratitude to the honorable dignitaries present here and also my family members who have joined. Thank you so much. I hope you get enough benefit from this session. I'll just share my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So for today's, for this particular session, I'll be taking you through the brief of what is IPR and like what is the importance of IPR in today's world. Then I'll be taking you through the aspects of protection. Isme I'll be only dealing with the trademarks, copyrights, just I'm very sorry. Yeah, so I'll be taking you through the aspects of protection, trademark, copyright, and designs. Isme I'll be also simultaneously talking about what are the remedies that are available to you. Baat karte hain, what is IP? So as Ajay Thakur sir explained very briefly and very descriptively, it's nothing but any output of your creativity. It's a business asset. And what people don't realize is that intellectual property is very important, and usko hamesha, you know, it's always given a very secondary importance because of, you know, lack of awareness. Why you should invest in an intellectual property is कि जो IP है आपका, it is not only protecting your rights, it's not only, you know, it's not only protecting your ideas from being stolen, but it's also making your business very attractive to the investors and your customers. You know, आपका जो product है, आपकी जो business है, उसको एक तरीके से individuality देता है ये IP, and along with that, it's also, you know, giving the customers or the investors एक तरीके से you know, the trust कि what we are getting is authentic. Okay, so this is something which is very important in today's scenario when, you know, so much research, so much ideas are coming up. This is something which is a very common problem. People generally interchangeably use the terms patent, copyright, and trademark. अब ये तीनों जो चीज है, copyright, trademark, and patent, you see the cartoon here, ये तीनों चीजें बहुत अलग हैं एक दूसरे से, इनकी scope is different, इसका application is very different. Okay. Now, these are the types of IP in India, which is like briefly covered, which is covered by Mr. Ajay Thakur sir. And I will be dealing with the trademark, copyright, and the designs part of it. So talking about trademarks. Trademarks यानी कि व्यापार चिन्ह. अब trademark can be anything. ये कोई भी तरीके का representation हो सकता है जो आपके goods या services को बाकियों के goods और services से अलग करता है. ओके, जैसे आपके पास आपका फोन है, अगर उसमें कोई लोगो होगा, बी इट सैमसंग, एप्पल, तो उसका जो लोगो है या उसका जो जैसे सैमसंग लिखा हुआ है, तो यू नो दैट फोन इज कमिंग फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड. ओके, सो दिस इज समथिंग व्हाट इज अ वेरी बेसिक एग्जांपल ऑफ ट्रेडमार्क्स. And when you see the phone, आपको पता होता है कि this is coming from this company or coming from this brand. So this is indicating the source of it. So this is what is trademark. अब trademarks, these are the basic types of trademarks जो सबसे ज़्यादा फाइल होते हैं इंडिया में. That is, you know, a word mark, symbol mark, there's slogan, and there is also a packaging design. Now, word mark is just a mere word. It does not have any design in it. इसमें कुछ logo नहीं होता. It's just a word. So this is a word mark. Then there is a symbol mark. This is logo. आप यहाँ जो Mercedes का logo देख रहे हैं, that is a logo mark. Then you have a slogan. अब कई सारी companies हैं which come up with very catchy slogans. काफी, you know, इनके taglines होते हैं. जैसे Nike का Just Do It. This is a trademark that is filed by Nike for their slogan. Then there's a packaging design. ये Hershey's के chocolates हैं. इनका जो पैकेजिंग डिजाइन है, दिस इज वेरी डिस्टिंक्टिव. इनका मतलब दे आर रिप्रेजेंटेड बाय द पैकेजिंग. यहाँ आप देख सकते हैं देयर इज अ रिबन कमिंग आउट ऑफ इट एंड देयर इज अ सिल्वर फॉइल जिसको एक तरीके से, यू नो, मोल्ड एक तरीके से वो कवर किया गया है. तो दिस इज समथिंग व्हिच इज रजिस्टर्ड एज अ पैकेजिंग, लाइक अ प्रोडक्ट पैकेजिंग व्हिच इज अ रिप्रेजेंटिंग देयर ब्रांड. अब ट्रेडमार्क एंड सर्विस मार्क्स, इनमें कोई डिफरेंस नहीं है. तो बेसिकली मार्क्स एंड ट्रेडमार्क्स में यही सिर्फ ये अंतर है कि जो भी कंपनीज या कोई भी ब्रांड विच आर ओनली प्रोवाइडिंग यू सर्विसेज, जैसे योर होटल्स, आपके बैंक्स हैं, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग यू सर्विसेज, दिस ई-कॉमर्स, फ्लिपकार्ट, Amazon, so they are called service marks. Okay. This is a very interesting concept. मतलब it's just come into India. It's not very popular, but sorry. So this is something called a sound mark. There's color mark, signature mark, motion mark, shape mark, and there's a smell mark. अब आप ये छोटा सा क्लिप है अगर आप देखें तो Alright, so this आपने ये क्लिप देखी होगी जब आप टॉम एंड जेरी या किसी कार्टून्स में स्टार्टिंग में दे शो दिस. So this is registered as a sound mark. इवन एयरटेल की जो जिंगल है, ब्रिटानिया की जो जिंगल है, दैट इज ऑल्सो रजिस्टर्ड एज अ साउंड मार्क. देन कलर मार्क, ये जो शूज आप देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर, दिस इज एक लग्जरियस, एक एक्सपेंसिव ब्रांड है कॉल्ड लुबुटिन. इनका फीचर है कि इनकी जो सोल्स हैं दैट इज रेड इन कलर. काफी डिस्प्यूट के बाद they were granted trademark for their red soles. So basically that trademark is the red sole, which is a color. Now, signature mark, Sachin Tendulkar, like a lot of celebrities have registered their autographs. So that is registered, also registered as a trademark. Shape mark, ये यहाँ पर एक Lamborghini कार जो है यहाँ, आप देखिए इसका जो गेट जिस तरीके से it opens, it's called the scissor gate. Vertically upwards, it's opening vertically upwards, right? So this is registered as a motion mark. Okay. Then there is shape mark along with Jack Daniels की जो bottle है, along with that Coca-Cola की जो bottle है, that is also registered as a shape mark. Now smell mark, it is not very popular in India. It's not yet introduced in India, but US में a lot of fragrance companies have applied for a smell mark. Even Play-Doh, the clay जो बच्चे खेलते हैं, the Play-Doh, that company have registered the smell of that clay. Register the smell of that clay as a trademark. Okay. अब बात करते हैं, before we talk about the procedure of filing a trademark application, these are the few requirements that you have to keep in mind अगर आप अपना trademark खुद फाइल कर रहे हैं तो. So this is, you need to have your address, your name, and the nationality of the applicant. Also, जो आप अगर आप ई फाइलिंग कर रहे हैं या फिजिकल फाइलिंग कर रहे हैं, उसमें चार्जेस में इट्स नॉट मच डिफरेंट. ई फाइलिंग थोड़ा सस्ता है व्हेन इट कम्स टू फिजिकल फाइलिंग एज कंपेयर टू फिजिकल फाइलिंग. एंड जो स्टार्टअप्स हैं, जो स्मॉल एंटिटीज हैं, उनके लिए गवर्नमेंट हैज गिवन रिड्यूस चार्जेस. तो आप अपना MSME सर्टिफिकेट है, DIPP सर्टिफिकेट है, वो आप प्रोड्यूस कीजिए एंड यू कैन ऑलवेज गेट बेनिफिट ऑफ द रिड्यूस चार्जेस व्हेन इट कम्स टू स्टार्टअप्स एंड द स्मॉल एंटिटीज. Then along with that, you need to provide a soft copy of the trademark. ठीक है? This is for the physical filing. You need to upload your soft copy of the trademark. Then there is a proof of claim. This is basically for people. अब जैसे आप trademark जो file करते हैं, you can file it on two bases. First is proposed to be used. and then you can file it on a user claim basis. User claim matlab, if you are filing your application in 2020, but you have been using your mark since let's say 2009, तो आपको प्रूफ करना पड़ेगा कि आप 2009 से लेकर के 2020 तक you have been using the mark. उसके लिए you need to give an affidavit, एक user affidavit बोल के you have to give a document saying that I've been using the mark from so and so year, and you need to provide documents like invoices, आपके promotional materials हो गए, even आपका social media presence, you know, the Facebook pages, Instagram pages, जो दिखाता है कि you have been there, you have been existing from this much amount of time. All right, so this is the proof of claim that you need to submit. और दूसरी चीज है, if you have not started using your mark, अगर आप उसे यूज करना चालू करने वाले हैं, then you file it on proposed to be used basis. Okay, then you have the last document, that is the power of attorney. If you are filing your application with the help of an agent, then you can file, then you need to produce a power of attorney also, ठीक है, which is signed by the authorized signatory. Okay, जो applicant हो सकता है या फिर it can be an authorized signatory or the applicant, और उसमें उनका designation और उनका नाम should be clearly specified. अब what is the procedure? अब I'll be taking you through the briefly I'll be taking you through the procedure of how to file a trademark. तो पहली चीज है trademark search. अब ट्रेडमार्क सर्च आपकी जो दिस ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट ऑफ आईपी इंडिया, जो आईपी इंडिया की ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट है, उस पे आप सर्च कर सकते हैं, ट्रेडमार्क सर्च कर सकते हैं, ये चेक करने के लिए कि आपका मार्क अवेलेबल है कि नहीं. ओके, उसके लिए यू नीड टू नो दैट आपका जो ट्रेडमार्क है, that is not existing in the market by somebody else, that is not registered by somebody else, that has not been applied by somebody else. तो उसके लिए you need to do a search. Then you go for the filing of the application. अब trademark search is a very important step because आप invest करने से पहले, आप further invest करने से पहले you need to know कि बाद में कोई objection ना आए, ताकि you know your money doesn't get wasted. Okay, अभी recently एक case आया था, अभी I think last week only, जो OnePlus जो phones हैं, उनका जो charger है, जिनके पास OnePlus phones हैं, उनके charger का नाम है dash charger. तो जो word dash है, these people, without conducting the search, they applied for it, they got registration for it, and they started producing it also. अब उसके बाद ये हुआ कि बाद में पता चला कि Amazon has been using the mark already. You know, Amazon का कोई product है, there is also one product which has been using the mark dash for their wireless earphones. तो अब हुआ ये कि OnePlus had to abandon their mark, उनको छोड़ना पड़ा mark. What they can do right now is they are producing chargers with the name Warp. मतलब dash उन्हें abandon करना पड़ा. So that is a huge loss एक तरीके से, right? So trademark search में it's not very expensive. So always go for a trademark search before you invest further into your trademarks. Then next step is filing of the application. Then allotment of your number. So आप जब trademark application file करते हैं, you automatically get a number, जिसको बोलते हैं application number. And your application after the allotment of the number, your application gets examined. और जो trademark registry है, they issue an examination report, जिसका response you have to file within 30 days. Okay, within 30 days you need to file a response. उसके बाद after the registrar or the trademark registry जो है, if they are satisfied with your response कि yes, this trademark is ready to be accepted, it's okay to be accepted, they publish it in the trademarks journal. All right, अब इस trademarks journal में ये होता है कि यहाँ पर the third parties will come and oppose your mark. Okay, and this is open for 4 months. तो ये जो trademarks journal है, वो 4 months के लिए उस trademark journal में होता है, that is open for opposition. This is also called an opposition period. All right, then आपके बाद उसके बाद opposition proceedings होती हैं. You have to produce a lot of drafts, you have to produce responses, and after the registry is satisfied with all your contentions, then your trademark proceeds for registration. Okay, अब marking. अब trademark जो है, it is denoted by 2 symbols. अगर आप देखते हैं कि कहीं किसी product के side में TM लिखा हो, that means that the trademark is pending registration. It is not registered. ठीक है? And once your trademark gets registered, it is denoted by a letter R. Okay? अगर कोई भी पेंडिंग एप्लीकेशन वाला जो कोई भी कंपनी है विच इज लाइक यू नो और एन इंडिविजुअल जिनका रजिस्ट्रेशन पेंडिंग है but they start using R before the registration, before the actual official registration, that is a criminal offense. Okay, that person will be liable for misrepresentation. तो आप उसे आप जब आपका registration pending है तब आप TM यूज कीजिए, जब जैसे आपका ट्रेडमार्क gets registered use an R. ठीक है? Now, unlike patents, unlike copyright, unlike designs, trademark जो है you can renew it for an indefinite period of time. 10 years is your after 10 years you produce your for renewal period renewal period you pay some renewal fees, and your after 10 years every 10 years basically you need to pay some renewal fees and your trademark gets renewed for an indefinite period of time. अब आपका ट्रेडमार्क इज इन प्लेस, आपने एप्लीकेशन फाइल कर दी है, लेकिन यू सी दैट देयर इज अ थर्ड पार्टी हु हैव कॉपीड योर मार्क. अब आपके पास क्या क्या रेमेडीज अवेलेबल है? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू हैव अ रेक्टिफिकेशन और कैंसिलेशन ऑफ द रजिस्टर. तो आप रेक्टिफिकेशन एप्लीकेशन फाइल कीजिए, जहां भी आपने अपना इनिशियली अपना ट्रेडमार्क एप्लीकेशन फाइल किया है वहां आप रेक्टिफिकेशन फाइल कीजिए, और रेक्टिफिकेशन आप उन्हीं एप्लीकेंट्स के अगेंस्ट फाइल कर सकते हैं जिनका मार्क रजिस्टर्ड है. जिनका मार्क रजिस्टर्ड है, रजिस्टर में actually it's there, it's present in the register, then you file for a rectification or a cancellation. उसके बहुत सारे grounds हैं, you know, you can say that the mark has not been in use. आप बोल सकते हैं कि ये mark जो है मैं I am the prior adopter of the mark, so how is that person using my mark? So basically you have to be aggrieved to file rectification of the register. Then you have two other civil actions, passing off or infringement. इसके बारे में मैं डिटेल में नेक्स्ट स्लाइड में बात करती हूँ. एंड देन द लास्ट वन इज द क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट. अब इस जगह पे इस स्टेज पे रेयरली दिस कम्स, दिस इज बेसिकली फॉर पीपल हु यू नो फॉर दिस काउंटरफीट मार्केट्स आप जो देखते हैं ये उनके लिए मोस्टली दिस इज यूज्ड फॉर दैट. यू कैन ब्रिंग इन क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट बट इट्स यूजुअली सिविल में मोस्ट ऑफ द थिंग्स गेट कवर्ड, सो इट डजंट रियली गो देयर. नाउ पासिंग ऑफ और इन्फ्रिंजमेंट. ओके, पासिंग ऑफ और इन्फ्रिंजमेंट में आप ये देख सकते हैं, यहाँ पर आप यू मस्ट हैव लाइक कम अक्रॉस सो मेनी प्रोडक्ट्स जिनके रिपॉप्स होते हैं, काउंटरफीट प्रोडक्ट्स. आप मार्केट में जाइए, एडिडास का एविडास, यू गेट बिस्लरी के सो मेनी रिपॉप्स. ठीक है, यहाँ देख सकते हैं स्टारबक्स का सनबक्स. सो दिस इज अ क्लियर केस ऑफ ट्रेडमार्क वायलेशन और ट्रेडमार्क इन्फ्रिंजमेंट. अब पासिंग ऑफ उन लोगों के लिए है जिनका ट्रेडमार्क रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है, जिन्होंने ट्रेडमार्क एप्लीकेशन फाइल नहीं किया है. लेकिन द प्रॉब्लम विथ ब्रिंगिंग इन द पासिंग ऑफ एक्शन इज दैट कि आपको बहुत प्रूव करना पड़ेगा, काफी प्रूव करना पड़ेगा कि आपका जो मार्क है यू हैव सफिशिएंट गुडविल, सफिशिएंट रेप्यूटेशन, एंड आपको भारी लॉस होगा किसी और के अडॉप्शन से. ओके, तो ब्रिंगिंग ऑफ पासिंग ऑफ एक्शन इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट एंड इन्फ्रिंजमेंट एक्शन इज ऑलवेज ब्रॉट आउट बाय पीपल हु हैव देयर मार्क्स रजिस्टर्ड. ठीक है, तो अगर आपका मार्क रजिस्टर्ड है तो यू कैन ब्रिंग इन इन्फ्रिंजमेंट एक्शन. क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट की रेमेडीज ये हैं, दिस आर द पेनल्टीज दैट आर अंडर क्रिमिनल कंप्लेंट. इम्प्रिजनमेंट जो कि 6 मंथ से 3 इयर्स तक का होता है, और फाइन 50,000 से लेकर के 2 लाख रुपीज. ठीक है, एंड देन ऑल्सो द पुलिस कैन सीज योर प्लेस, मतलब एक तरीके से रेड, जहां पर दे कैन सीज ऑल द काउंटरफीट प्रोडक्ट्स. Then civil remedies are, these are the civil remedies that are most commonly used. This is from the injunction from the court, जिसको बोलते हैं निषेध आज्ञा. Injunction is also called a निषेध आज्ञा, जहां पर आप कोर्ट को बोलते हैं कि ये जो काउंटरफीट जो मैन्युफैक्चरर है उसके खिलाफ आप इंजंक्शन फाइल करिए, एंड दे स्टॉप दैट पर्सन फ्रॉम फर्दर यूजिंग योर मार्क. ओके, दिस इज निषेध आज्ञा. Then damages. This damages basically you can claim compensation from the person. ठीक है, जितना भी उनको प्रॉफिट हुआ है उसका आप कॉम्पनसेशन ले सकते हैं. So these are the civil remedies that are available to you. अब दिस इज ऑल्सो अनदर वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड जेनेरिसाइड और ट्रेडमार्क की हत्या, जिसको ट्रेडमार्क की हत्या भी बोली जाती है. अब आई डोंट नो कितने लोगों को पता होगा ये कि ये सारे जो टर्म्स आप देख रहे हैं, एस्पिरिन, एस्केलेटर, सेलोफेन, वेलक्रो, ये सारे एक्चुअली ट्रेडमार्क हैं. दिस एक्चुअली बिलोंग टू अ कंपनी. ओके, ये प्रोडक्ट के नाम थे, बट ये इतना ज्यादा यूज होने लग गया ऑन अ डे टू डे बेसिस, इसका इतना ज्यादा लाइक अ जेनेरिक लैंग्वेज, जनरल लैंग्वेज में इतना यूज होने लग गया कि दिस लॉस्ट इट्स ट्रेडमार्क स्टेटस. ठीक है. अब क्या हुआ कि रिसेंटली गूगल ऑल्सो, दैट वाज ऑल्सो ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ जेनेरिसाइड. इवन गूगल वाज लूजिंग इट्स ट्रेडमार्क वैल्यू. तो मतलब उनका सक्सेस ओनली बिकम्स इट्स विक्टिम. ओके, सो and for that Google actually released a lot of guidelines जिसमें they proved this, जिसमें they made sure कि there are proper usage of the mark. ठीक है. So this is what is genericide. अब now that the trademark is clear, we'll move on to copyright, which is the second type of trademark. Okay. अब trademark, अब copyright जो है इसका सीधा सा मतलब है that is right to copy. Okay. अब क्या होता है कि इन दिस एरा ऑफ सोशल मीडिया हम लाइक जनरली ऑल ऑफ अस जाने अनजाने में हाउ मच कॉपीराइट वायलेशन वी गेट इन्वॉल्वड इन. हम लोग एक्चुअली अनइंटेंशनली कितना कॉपीराइट वायलेशन करते हैं हमें पता नहीं होता. ऑलराइट, सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट एवरीबडी नोज व्हाट अ कॉपीराइट इज, व्हाट आर द बेसिक्स ऑफ कॉपीराइट. ठीक है. सो कॉपीराइट इज एन एक्सक्लूसिव राइट व्हिच इज गिवन टू एन ओनर और एन ऑथर to publish, to print, to reproduce or sell copies of their original work. अब copyright जो है ये valid एक certain period of time के लिए ही होता है. ओके, और इसमें आप एक owner के permission से you use their work. ठीक है. right to copy. अब कॉपीराइट जो है दैट एक्सिस्ट इन लाइक लिटरेरी वर्क, ड्रामेटिक, म्यूजिकल. लिटरेरी में आपके नॉवेल्स, योर बुक्स एंड ऑल विल कम अंडर लिटरेरी वर्क्स. योर ड्रामेटिक वर्क्स इंक्लूड योर प्लेज. ठीक है. देन देयर इज म्यूजिकल वर्क्स, आर्टिस्टिक वर्क. आर्टिस्टिक वर्क में योर फोटोग्राफ्स, योर पेंटिंग्स, all that comes under the artistic works. Then computer programs. Now if you come up with an app, this is a very common confusion, even we get clients like that कि जब एक कोई देख somebody comes up with an app, they produce an app and they say कि इसको patent करा दो, but that is not possible. So when it comes to an app, you always get it copyrighted. Okay, जो उसका source code होता है basically, जो source code that is used in making an app, that is copyrighted. All right. Databases, all that would fall under copyright. Then there is cinematographic works, there is sound recordings. So when you file for a copyright application, these are the few things that you need to keep in mind. Okay, the first thing is you need to have name, address and nationality of the applicant. अगर आप किसी author का work ले रहे हैं, if you're inspired by an author, original author of the work, उनका भी detail you need to produce. उनसे आपको एक NOC भी लेना पड़ेगा, एक no objection certificate from the original owner of the work. Okay, so that is important. You produce a title of the work, आपका एक title in place होना चाहिए, the language of your work, and जो आपका जो work है उसकी 3 copies in a CD-ROM, and then a power of attorney अगर आप किसी attorney या किसी agent के help से अपना copyright application file कर रहे हैं. अब copyright जो है, जैसे आपको you come up with any work, आप कोई painting बनाते हैं, ठीक है, that's very original, and you feel that you have put in your hard work, your effort, your mind into it, that automatically it's like copyrighted. ठीक है. आप आराम से you can start using this symbol C on your work. ठीक है. It's not mandatory that you file for a copyright application, but we always recommend कि आप copyright application file कीजिए, because only when you get your copyright registered you can bring infringement action. Otherwise you cannot, because you wouldn't have a proof. आप ये नहीं बोल सकते कि मैं owner हूँ. एक तरीके से copyright registration is like a proof that you are the owner of this mark, owner of this work. Okay, so these are the 3 steps for the procedure of registration of copyright. The first is filing of the application. ठीक है. जहां आप application file करते हैं, you get a diary number. जैसे trademark में you get allotted a number. In your copyright application you get a diary number then your copyright gets examined and they issue a discrepancy letter. Okay, they issue a discrepancy letter. Uske baad, after the discrepancy letter, you file a response to the discrepancy letter within 30 days, and then your copyright proceeds for registration. ठीक है, but यहाँ पर ये एक चीज है कि even before registration you can start using the symbol C. It's not necessary कि आपका copyright registered होना चाहिए ये mark use करने के लिए, the symbol use करने के लिए. All right. So validity of copyright. Validity जो है इसकी ये है कि lifetime of the author, पूरी जो life है author की वो, plus 60 years after their death. अब जैसे कई सारे works में there are multiple authors involved. In that case जो last author है, जैसे अगर 3 authors हैं, third author की death के 60 years के बाद that work goes into the public domain. उसके बाद उस पे कोई भी exclusive right claim नहीं कर सकता है. All right. Even if you, for an example, Mona Lisa painting. Recently we had a client जिसने बोला कि मुझे मोना लिसा की जो पेंटिंग है उसको अपने टी-शर्ट से प्रिंट करानी है, उसका मुझे मग बनाना है, उसका जो पेंटिंग है बेसिकली उसको प्रिंट करा के मर्चेंडाइज लॉन्च करना है. तो he was asking us कि क्या ये कॉपीराइट वायलेशन होगा? It wouldn't be a copyright violation because Mona Lisa painting was like made like centuries before, right? उसके बाद now since that this validity period is over, it goes into the public domain. I cannot say that, somebody cannot say कि that Mona Lisa painting belongs to me. Okay, so this is the validity period of copyright. And जो copyright जो है वो हमेशा expire December 31st को ही होता है. Okay, no matter what, your copyright will always expire on December 31st. Let's say आपका date wise if you calculate, your copyright is expiring in November or probably like March or May. But for the ease of calculation, आपका copyright will always expire on December 31st. ठीक है? When can you bring in infringement action on what amounts to an infringement of copyright? सबसे बड़ा एग्जाम्पल है पायरेसी. ओके, इसमें क्या होता है कि जो मूवीज हैं इनकी कॉपीज बना के अनऑथराइज्ड तरीके से विदाउट द परमिशन ऑफ द ओनर उसका सेल किया जाता है, उसको मतलब डिस्ट्रीब्यूट की जाती है उनकी कॉपीज को. दैट इज वेरी क्लियर केस ऑफ इन्फ्रिंजमेंट ऑफ कॉपीराइट. ओके, नाउ इफ एनी कॉपीराइट इज परफॉर्म्ड, any copyrighted work is performed in a public place, any commercial place, जैसे कि songs, अगर आप songs play कर रहे हैं किसी restaurant में, कोई live performance दे रहे हैं आप, that also would amount to copyright violation. It's very important कि अगर आप किसी public place पे कोई चीज perform करें which is already copyrighted, आप license लीजिए उनसे, जो basic copyright owners हैं. And this includes your song performances also. We recently we issued a notice. We actually got a notice from T-Series, Nuclear and all, like this big music production companies. They sent a notice to our client saying कि आपने हमारा music without license एक public place पे बजाया है. They had like a cultural event, or that amounted to copyright violation. Okay. So this has to be kept in mind कि जब भी ऐसा कुछ आप हो रहा है, public performance हो रहा है, you need to take a license from the copyright owner. Okay, and here one important thing is that कि अगर आप commercial exploitation हो रहा है, as in monetary benefit हो रहा है अगर आपको, ठीक है, जैसे अगर मैं concert, अगर मैं एक concert करती हूँ जैसे, ठीक है, अगर उस concert में मैं बिना without any I'm charging, basically I'm playing some A.R. Rahman ka song, ठीक है, and I'm charging tickets also, like I'm charging for the tickets from the public. That is copyright violation if I'm not taking permission from A.R. Rahman. ठीक है, so this is another example. हैरी पॉटर की बुक्स हैं जो बड़ी नॉवेल्स हैं, उनकी कॉपीज बना के डिस्ट्रीब्यूट की जाती हैं by small scale sellers. That also amounts to a copyright violation because of without any permission you are using their work. And you're getting monetary benefit out of it. ठीक है? Then if you are conducting a public exhibition of the copies without taking permission, आप permission लीजिए, बिल्कुल लीजिए, जो copyright owner है उनसे permission लीजिए. They might give you a permission समटाइम इवन IPL जो है, IPL उनका जो जब दे कंडक्ट देयर गेम्स, जो उनका जो मतलब उनका जो गेम कंडक्ट होता है, उनका जो यू नो दे ऑर्गेनाइज देयर इवेंट, तब दे ऑलवेज हैव यू नो फॉर द एंटरटेनमेंट ऑफ पब्लिक सॉन्ग्स चल रहे होते हैं, एंड दे ऑलवेज पे अ रॉयल्टी ऑफ यू नो अराउंड 1 million to these music production companies. ठीक है, so this is something which you need to keep in mind. अब infringement तो वो सारी चीजें infringement की हो गई, नहीं, what are the exceptions that are available to you? What are the defense that you can take which says that हमने copyright violation नहीं किया है, there is no copyright infringement from our part. अगर आप किसी copyrighted work को research और development के लिए use कर रहे हैं, और या फिर आप किसी जुडिशियल प्रोसीडिंग की रिपोर्ट बना के पब्लिश कर रहे हैं, एजुकेशन पर्पसेस के लिए यूज कर रहे हैं, लाइक इन लाइब्रेरी एंड स्कूल्स, यू आर कीपिंग कॉपीज ऑफ you know any work in your libraries and school, and if you're using any material for if you're using any material for educating purposes, education purposes, अगर आप साइट कर रहे हैं, you know आप प्रोजेक्ट्स बनाते होंगे आप लोग, तो आप साइट करते होंगे, आपको इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू हैव साइटेशंस इन प्लेस, यू रेफर टू सम the author, the main author of the work. अगर आप उनको साइट कर रहे हैं, उनका नाम, उनके वर्क को, उनको बेसिकली क्रेडिट दे रहे हैं, that would not amount to copyright violation. And then on YouTube you see a lot of criticisms, review, कई लोग products का review करते हैं, movies की review करते हैं, so that also does not amount to copyright violation. That comes under the fair use or fair dealing. ठीक है, अब ये कुछ चीजें हैं, ये 3 things, these are the broad areas. Okay, adaptation. अगर आप किसी, now lot of movies are made from books, right? तो आप you are basically changing the format of the work. That is called an adaptation. ठीक है? Here you need to take a consent from the owner. All right? Derivation is nothing but any original work जिसमें आपने एक अपना ओरिजिनल कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया है, जैसे ट्रांसलेशंस देखते हैं आप, एब्रिज्ड वर्जन्स देखते हैं बुक्स के, दैट वुड फॉल अंडर डेरिवेशन, बिकॉज उसमें आपने अपना काफी कंट्रीब्यूशन दिया है, यू हैव गिवन योर ओन आउटपुट, राइट? सो बट हियर आल्सो यू नीड टू टेक कंसेंट फ्रॉम द ओनर, ऑलराइट? देन यू हैव ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, यहाँ पर यू टेक अ रॉ डेटा, ठीक है, आप एक छोटा सा, एक बहुत ही छोटा अमाउंट ऑफ वर्क यू आर टेकिंग, बेसिकली यू आर गेटिंग इंस्पायर्ड फ्रॉम दैट, लाइक अ वेरी रॉ डेटा यू आर टेकिंग फ्रॉम द ओरिजिनल ओनर्स वर्क, and you're making a whole new other work from that. The example is parody. काफी अच्छा example is parodies. जो music videos हैं, कई सारी उनकी parodies बनती हैं, इसमें they change the lyrics, they change the characters. I think only the background music might remain the same, but it's a whole transformation of the work. ठीक है, यहाँ पर you need not take consent from the owner. This is the only place where you need not take consent from the owner. अब रेमेडीज क्या है? These are standard remedies which are available for any kind of IP infringement: injunctions, damages, and criminal action में here you imprisonment है 3 years से लेकर from 6 months to 3 years, then fine from 50,000 rupees to 2 lakh rupees, search and seizure जहां पर आपका जो copyrighted, जो violated, जो infringed material है, police can come and seize it, ठीक है? एंड डिलीवरी, जो वायलेटेड मटेरियल है, जो बेसिकली द कॉपीराइट इन्फ्रिंज मटेरियल इज डिलीवर्ड बैक टू द कॉपीराइटेड ओनर. सो दीज आर फ्यू क्रिमिनल एक्शंस दैट आर अवेलेबल एज रेमेडीज. अब बात करते हैं डिजाइन्स की. डिजाइन इज नथिंग बट एन एक्सटर्नल अपीयरेंस ऑफ एनी प्रोडक्ट. ओके, आप यहाँ चेयर का प्रोडक्ट, यहाँ पर एक पिक्चर देख रहे हैं चेयर की. it's when if I want to file a design application for this particular chair, तो इसका only the aesthetic value, इसका जैसे I can see it from my eye, only that is registered as a design. ठीक है, अगर let's say कि ये जो chair है इसका कुछ functionality होता, ठीक है, let's say इसमें कुछ music system, इसमें कुछ music होता है, ऐसा कुछ होता, that would not be coming under design. When it comes, as soon as any functionality comes in, that would fall under the patents. Just the external appearance would be coming under the design part of it. All right. Now, design application can be for a 2D design or a 3D design. 2D design is basically your surface patterns. जैसे example आपको मैं देती हूँ, जैसे textile पे people, designers come up with their own designs. You know, it's like a design, just a plain design, which is not 3D, it's just 2D. That you can file as a surface pattern. All right. Then you have, other than this, you have your tiles. जो आप tile होती है किसी अब जो tile डालते हैं उसका कुछ design, उसका अगर बहुत अलग type का design है, that can be filed as a surface pattern. ठीक है? For 3D designs, this is the normal. You know, if any article you've come up with, this just stair would fall under a 3D design. ठीक है? Now design is a very integral part of the article. जैसे phones जो होते हैं, उनको आप उनका जो appearance है, उसको you can file as a design application. Okay. This is one example. I think some 2 to 3 years back, Apple ने अपना जो store layout है इनका जो store layout है that they got registered as a design. Okay, they said कि ये हमारा जो store है, it's very different. It's a rectangular store. मतलब उन्हें basically they were able to prove all the criterias in the design application that is required in design application. And they got their store registered. ठीक है? अब what are the criterias? What are the criterias involved for design registration? The first criteria is your design should be new or original. Basically the novelty aspect. ठीक है? आपका जो design है, it should not have been in use. It should not have been published before anywhere. Okay? Basically you have to keep it confidential before you file a design application. All right? First criteria is that, which is a very important criteria. Then your design should be related to the features, the shape, configuration, pattern, or ornamentation only, and not the functionality. Okay. जो आपका design है, it should be applied by an industrial process, and it is only and only judged by eye. ठीक है? Now, what are the requirements for a design application? Standard name, address, and nationality of the application is required. Applicant is required. You need the title of the work. Whatever design that you have, you need to have a title for it. Okay? Then you have a power of attorney that is required. And then आपका जो design है basically, उसकी 4 copies you need to produce. A top view, उसका bottom view, front view, perspective view. हर view की तरफ से you need to produce a photograph. But अगर आप पूछें कि 2D design का क्या, which is like a 2D design, इसमें you cannot have views, right? So you just need to produce a solid diagram, just a pencil diagram, a solid diagram, and you can submit like 4 copies of it. ठीक है? Example मैं आपको दिखा देती हूँ representation sheets का. इन copies को बोलते हैं representation sheets. ठीक है? So this is an example of a representation sheet. ये Crocs हैं जो footwear Crocs हैं, उनका ये application में this is how they filed the representation sheets. See, इसमें यहाँ front view है, there's a front end view, there's a rear view, back view, there's a right view, left view. So this is how you have to submit the 4 copies. ऐसे 4 copies you need to submit. ठीक है? Now the procedure for registration, you file an application and then your application examined. लेकिन examination में कई बार there are a lot of problems that can be stated by the registry, by the design office. वो बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम्स बोल सकते हैं कि आपने ओपन व्यू दिया. यू कैन नॉट गिव एन ओपन व्यू बिकॉज आपको जैसे मैंने बताया डिजाइन इज लाइक जस्ट व्हाट यू सी विथ योर आई. ओपन व्यू में क्या होगा? इट विल बी समथिंग लाइक व्हेन यू ओपन इट, इट्स समथिंग व्हिच इज इनसाइड, इट्स नॉट द एक्सटर्नल व्यू, राइट? सो दैट ऑल दीज क्राइटेरिया आर एग्जामिन्ड बाय द रजिस्ट्री. दे से कि नॉवेल्टी एस्पेक्ट नहीं है और इट्स नॉट डिस्टिंक्टिव इनफ. ओके, सो दैट यू हैव टू सी. And then they call you for hearings also. After hearing, you satisfy the design officer with your responses, and your design proceeds to registration. अब registered design को आप denote कर सकते हैं इस symbol से, REGD, registered, which stands for registered design. ठीक है? Now design also has an expiry period, 10 years plus 5 years. You pay a renewal fees after finishing of the 10 years. You pay a renewal fees, and your design is protected for 15 years in total, and after that your design goes into a public domain. उसके बाद nobody can claim right over it. ठीक है? अब remedies, you have cancellation. You can file for a cancellation application. You can say basically a cancellation of a design from the design register. Then you have damages as remedies. You can claim for compensation. You can claim for injunction. So this is something what is the remedies available to you. And this is here we come to an end of this session. I would be happy to answer any questions if there are any. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.